Things look good, but when it comes to actual combat, this is not necessarily good. Playing EC every day is like eating CTV. Hello everyone, I'm Brother Shi, and it's time for spring camping again. Don't you choose a knife for your camping? Today, we will introduce you to a knife that is very suitable for camping and carrying. Explorers from our old friend CMB. CMB is a brand that we are very familiar with. The logo of a big mountain. Let's open it and take a look. One of it's lucky that I introduced to you before. That push twist knife has a very good push twist. Quick opening feel. A brand introduction card and a small sticker from his ancestry. Here are the two materials he promotes. One is this PI. It is the one we have in our hand, and there is another one called aluminum foil. In fact, I think the aluminum horse is such an effect that it is broken and pressed out of aluminum. Very interesting. Let's first look at an overview of the whole knife. Shui bowed his head, and then did this kind of practice effect with a full knife. There is a normal anti-slip ruler here. The knife cake is a PI effect. The spindle has a customized logo axis. The lock cake is made this big. Round weight reduction. There is a patch for the back clip here. This double-sided mounting back clamp is supported. The back clip is a clip. The lining of the structural steel of the ordinary sandwich. Then this half-section backbone was used. This piece has a hole in this hidden loose rope to teeth. So why do I say this is a knife that is especially suitable for going camping? First of all, let's talk about when we camp. Scenes where some knives are used. When we were camping, the most used scene is cutting steamed bun slices. Roasted tea, chicken wings, eggplant, potatoes, and other things are the main ones. So first of all, this knife must have a relatively good cutting ability. First of all, we can see that its kaiwei is very high, almost a flat film. There is only such a little bit of unopened area. Then we do the cutting. It is a straight blade that fits our type of chopping board very well. Whether we dice or chop, it is completely achievable. This front end is because it is a water dripper. We can also do this complete cut with tip pressing. For example, when cutting meat, so in terms of cutting, this knife is a knife that can be fully combated. And we were thinking, what other problems do we encounter when camping? Some occasional cases. We might have to chip some wood. Whether it's making a small toy for a child, or do we want to be a stick stuck in the ground? We will all have a pin need. What about this knife? Because it is a natural downward arc, we can lie comfortably in this root clearing area in front of this. I think this kind of electronic operation can also be done. My hands are relatively big, but he also did a little mixing and there was no problem at all. It is also more comfortable for us to press our hands on the top side to do cutting. This is one of the best benefits of this kind of Ohira sharpening. I often see Brother Shi knowing that Brother Shi has introduced that toy road, various shapes, various cutter heads, various segmented grinding. That thing looks good. It may not be easy to use when it comes to actual combat. In actual combat, this practical flattening film should be used. Let's think about the third scene when we go camping. We occasionally use this knife to pry something, whether it's canned or yes. Can the place where the stove curls the edges be realized? First of all, let's introduce steel. Sandvik 1428. It is very resilient. It means that there will be no Wang Ma kitchen knife like we said before. He broke that situation with one stroke. That is too low toughness, too rigid a battle knife. You can see that this kind of non-powder film bar will be used more. So when he was doing the warping action, I think I am completely competent. And finally, let's talk about the question that everyone is most worried about. Go camping. For example, when we are a little high intensity, whether it's chopping or whatever, we may be concerned about this lockdown. So this knife is also a shaft lock knife. It is inherently disadvantageous when it comes to playing. The feel of the operation is weak, but when he applies, his force is up and down, and it will be borne directly by the steel lining. It will not be like a lining, and it will be borne by the lock strip. The strength of this whole lining is much stronger than this lock. This is one of the benefits of shaft locking in practical applications. I'll announce the price again. This PI is priced in the early 300s. It also has Mikata female game optional. I think this knife is if you are playing, then I don't recommend it because there is really nothing playable about this. But if you have this kind of camping or some actual combat needs, then I think this knife is really a very good knife. That's all we have for today. Playing EDC every day is like eating chicken. What else do you want to see? You can leave a message in the comment area. I'm Brother Shi, see you next time.